Red Prison. Pretty standard list that we've been playing recently. This is a little bit more Planeswalker heavy, and it's actually got a little bit of a transformational sideboard. So it's the typical 8-lock. Let's go ahead and move these to a way that you're more used to looking at them, with utility creatures and other things on the right side, with our mana acceleration on the left, and we can toss the Mazemind Tomes in front of Chandra briefly. Let's do one Chandra out, one Karn in. That should be the way we do it. So there you go. So 21-9 split here. Blood Moon and Snaring Bridge Chalice when one bridge in the side because you're playing the Karn package. We have Chandra, Torch of Defiance, and Heart of Fire, Mazemind Tomes, and then utility creatures here to try to get us through there. Sideboard is Goblin Rabble-Masters and Eidolon to be more aggressive, or a little bit of a Karn package. A little bit of Angers as well if we need to be a little more aggressive in our removal Game 2 and Game 3. Question in the chat is regarding Horizon lands. I don't see a reason to play those because if I'm doing that, I potentially can be taking damage. And we have things like Seasoned Pyromancer and Mazemind Tome, along with Chandra, Heart of Fire, and Torch of Defiance as ways to dig deeper. We even have this Valakut Awakening. So I would not say to play Horizon. I'd rather be playing the Raminaut Ruins or the Scavenger Grounds as ways to do additional damage or deal with our opponent's graveyards. If you feel like you need to draw more, maybe drop a Ritual and throw one in, but I'd be hesitant to adjust the 30 mana sources. But I just haven't found a reason to do the Horizon lands ever, because the mana is already very tight, and sacrificing a land to draw one, you could fall behind. If you want to put 22, 23 lands, then you have that chance of kind of flooding out just a little bit or a little more than normal. Then you can play the Horizon lands, so when you top deck that land, you slap it in, you tap, you get to play whatever's on top of your library. But for the most part, I would stick to the 21-9 split, and I would not run Horizon lands. All right. Match 1. Astral Plane is our opponent here. Let's continue our positive win streak tonight, and let's play some Red Prison. See if it carries over. It'd be good if it did. It would be good if it did. Got to remember that there's only 3 main deck removal spells through Stomp on Bone Crusher. We have 3 Chandras and we have 2 Chandras. 3 Torch of Defiance, 2 Heart of Fires. You do Prison. I just think if you're running 21 lands and trying to hit 4 and 5 drops to cantrip a land and remove it, unlike Prowess matchups where they only need like 2 lands, hitting that 3rd or 4th land, they're just like, nope, I'm good. All right, no lander. We can't keep no landers. We can keep this though. We'll keep this. Get rid of a Chalice. We don't need so many of them. We're gonna chance it here. We'll see if my opponent Thought Seizes me. Blood Crypt as the starting hand. And a Swift Spear. This Chalice looks pretty good. So this is that Prowess matchup. Let's go ahead and slap down a Chalice. We'll put it on 1. It is a bit dangerous here because Scourge is now a thing. And we'll see if my opponent gets to Scourge us. They very well could. But if they're strictly the Prowess, Thought Seizes, and Burn, and other things, then we might be pretty okay here with Mazemind, Chalice on 1, and work our way up to this Chandra here where we can remove this. We'll go ahead and take that land, because this is a pretty easy Chandra down tick, kill this, and then potentially put a Chalice on 2 and seal the door on our opponents, locking them out. So, let's see if we get to do that. Let's take a look at what's on top before we do anything here. I don't need another Mazemind. Ritual. Chandra. They could have 2 spells here to keep this alive. They'd have to really dump some things in here, but it looks like a Chalice on 1, a Chandra, and that ends game 1. Okay. So they're going to bring in things that destroy artifacts. We're still going to rely on our Chalice of the Void, but we can get rid of some of this top end here. Valakut Awakening would come out in this matchup. Chandra Heart of Fire here. Blood Moon's okay. Let's see here. I wanna be able to go really aggressive. I think I'm gonna get rid of some of these Karns, honestly. What's up, Ghost Region? How goes it? That's 5 out. Let's see here. Take 1 Season Pyro. Let's take 1 Chandra. That's 7. I want 1 more out. Let's take 1 Bone Crusher out too. Bone Crusher may seem like an odd one to take out, but 1 Prowess trigger and my opponent's just like, no problem. We do keep Blood Moon in here because the red-black. We could knock them off of their black sources here. You'd cut the moon. They play it themselves. Then let's be moon buddies. Let's be moon buddies. Hand looks good. We've got our bridge here to protect ourselves. We've got the Bone Crusher Giant maybe to kill a Swift Spear here at the beginning. We've got the Maze Mind Tome to gain some life. It's what we do. Alright, I'm going to try to kill this. Try to kill this. Boom. Do you have a mutagenic growth? The answer is no. Cool. Next up, probably Blood Moon. Bonus Swift Spear. Marsh Flats. Alright. We have a Marsh Flats here. I think I want to play Maze Mind over Bridge, but I could also play Bridge here and plan to play a few things next turn if I top deck a land. Which is probably not a bad idea, especially if they play some things at sorcery speed. We'll play Bridge. You like Giant here as a blocker? I think we can do that next turn if I don't draw a land. I'm wanting the Marsh Flats to fetch a non-basic. It doesn't. They pick up a swamp. It's a newer swamp too. Bonus Swift Spear here. Nothing too frightening. In for 2. And we do hit that land drop, by the way. Desperate Ritual. Now we get to play the Bone Crusher Giant. We get to follow this up with a Maze Mind Tome. And we'll have a Blood Moon to play next turn. Looking pretty decent. We'll put this on top. We'll put it on top. If they somehow kill this, then we'll bottom it. We'll see if they want to attack. Yeah, get in there. I'm obviously blocking. Dismembers Bone Crusher Giant. Just kidding. Reconsidering. Alright, so at upkeep here, I am going to go ahead and look for something other than Karn, because I want to be able to get everything out of hand, I think. I could use this as an opportunity to get another bridge. I'm not sure that's the correct line, though, just yet. Let's scry the Karn away here. There's a land and a Blood Moon. Cool. Okay, dude. Looks good. Behind the bridge. Let's see if they have a way to get rid of our bridge. Plays a bobble. Having a second bridge would be nice now, so that Karn getting the bridge would be nice, but we can find another way. Seal of Fire here. Bobble trigger. I'm gonna do the Maze Mind Tome. We'll put this on top of our library. We're okay to take another Maze Mind Tome, because gaining some life is not a bad thing. And away we go. Opponent's trying to find a way to get around this bridge. We'll be scrying as much as we can here. Kroxa. I could have taken a draw here, but I'd rather just scry. What's up, Spider? How's it going? Bottom this. Doing the scry things. Scry, scry, scry. I'll put this on top. I said I'd take one of those. Before, I'll take another one. I'm cool with gaining some life here. Scry. Put that on top. I will not draw that just yet here. We'll probably scry with the Maze Mind Tome to get it closer to gaining us life. What's up, Spider? How goes it? Welcome, Spiderlings. How was the Taxing League? I wonder what could kill a bridge here. Something on 2? Do we think they play a braid? They probably play a braid, right? Oh. How's the moon? We're doing the moon things. I could try to get the Chalice to 3. The problem is I don't have that extra land yet. So I think I've got to try to throw this to 2. You 3-2'd after you beat us, but it was a 5-0 in my heart because I got to do shenanigans with Mimics and Wisps versus a Deputy of Detention. So only 3 Wisps were in and out of play all the time. It's crazy. Alright, I have the Chalice. I don't want these to come in here. I'm just going to slap it down onto 2 here. There's not really anything else in my library I want on 2. We can take 1 scry now. Bottom U. We'll take a scry at their end step here. So we'll be looking for maybe another Chalice here. Probably we'll take a land off the top as well. Just got to get things going. So let's take that land. Land here. We'll take a scry. Bottom this. Pass the turn. All right, Spider, you take care. Thank you so much for the raid, and welcome all the Spiderlings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Opponent decides to bolt me. Oh, Celtic, thank you for the follow. Seal of Fire. We got a lot of these. Chalice on 1 would have been pretty good, too. Do some scrying. Gain some life. Ritual to the bottom. Scry some more. Gain some life. Chalice to the top. Alright, I cannot play another bridge here, but my opponent can't play Luris, and they've got to somehow do 18 damage with just seals and probably bolts. We see 1 bolt here, so they've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're probably looking at about 17. We'll see. Puts Luris into hand. I'm looking for Chandra, probably. It's actually okay to counter my own Seasoned Pyromancer, because now I can make tokens and I don't have to accidentally draw 2 lands. My opponent tries to play Luris here. 1, they can't play it because of the mana requirements. 2, they can't play it because of Chalice. Our outs are Chandra and Karn. Our out to win the game is only Chandra at this point. We could also go wide, I suppose, with Pyromancers. But we get the full lock here. Full locking our opponent here. A couple lands. Pretty much nothing going to happen for infinite turns. There's a Karn. The Karn could go get Liquid Metal, which does nothing. Honestly, Karn doesn't do anything, but you know, you gotta lock them out sometimes, and locking them out, that locks you out sometimes. Sometimes everybody gets locked out. Karn gets tomes for scrying. Chalice was on 2 and 3. Gets tome countered. Get tome countered. We can't even Liquid Metal with Chalice. Exactly. We could get rid of the Chalice on 2 and then play down the Liquid Metal, but that would open us up to the Abrade, which we don't want that. That would be ridiculous. All right. You know how much I hate these hands? You want to know how much I hate these hands? I hate them a lot. Keep. Turn 1 Blood Moon, turn 1 Bridge, turn 1 Chandra. Don't thought seize me, opponent. Legacy hand. My opponent's mulliganed to 5 cards here. Ultra combo, probably. If I see a Tron land, turn 1 Chandra, turn 2 Moon, we're off to the races. Alright, we've got Belcher to beat here. Belcher to beat. It'll be a turn 1 Chandra here. I'd like to play my land into play. There we go. Let's race. Up we go. Go ahead, opponent. Now, I can't kill them, but we got to get this bridge down, possibly, and we got to get the Blood Moon down pretty quickly. We have a Pentab Prism here, so up next is the bridge. Gonna play bridge because the bridge keeps us safe from the crazy attack my opponent could do. Turn 1 Chandra. Turn 2 bridge. Can you beat me? Oops, all spells. Talisman. We're looking okay. We're doing all right. I think it's time to play a Seasoned Pyromancer here over the Blood Moon. I basically have 2 cards left anyway, and it gives me something to attack with, so let's do that. Looks good. What does Bridge do? It stops Vengevines attacking me. They are 4/3s. 4/2s. 4/3s. Oops All Spells plays predominantly Spy and Undercity Informer. Game 1. Alright, let's attack for 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And I'm actually going to use my mana here to get another set of tokens. We're going to do this off of mana, though, from the Desperate Ritual, just to avoid some other weird things happening. So Seasoned Pyromancer brings more tokens back. We have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have a 2-turn clock here. Tygo Lamida. Thank you for the follow. It is potentially Belcher, but game 1, it's a little closer to Oops All Spells. Undercity Informer or Spy. Both of those come into play. Graveyard gets dumped. They have Creeping Chill, 4 of Vengevines, an Archamoeba, and a Salvage Titan, and something else. And they play it in such a way that all that comes in, and then they just swing like that, like this. Game 2, they're going to bring in some nasty stuff, like Charbelcher. So we're going to try to deal with that with the Spyglass. Spyglass in, Chandra out. There's pretty much not a lot I want to be doing here. Faster Eidolon and Rabblemaster turns is probably better than, quite honestly, the Bone Crusher Giants and the Seasoned Pyromancers here. We will not have time for Valakut Awakening. We probably won't have time for Maze Mind Tome and Chandra Heart of Fire. Remember, that game was a turn 1 Chandra and a turn 2 Bridge. Oh, a Torp Orb wouldn't be bad? Yeah, that's true. That might be better than a Chalice. Might be better than a Chalice. There's not a whole lot else to do, really. We can try that. I have the spot for it, for what I took out. It didn't adapt to play Doomsday variant yet. I figured it was Undercity plus Oracle Win. There's strange things that they can do. There are very strange things. Keep this. Turn 1 Rabblemaster, turn 2 Blood Moon. Hope they don't have the black mana that they need. Try to get a Chalice out on 2 for the Pentab Prism. We can try for it. I like trying for a turn 1 Rabblemaster, though. That's a very quick clock here. The Torpor starts the Meek and Narco ETB shenanigans. That's fair. That's fair. My opponent's mulligan to 4. I don't think I need this Chalice anymore. We're going to try it without it. We're going to Rabble Master them and blast them to smithereens here. I would not have bolted in there, opponent. Be careful what you do. Oh ho ho. Let's go. Rabble Master. Good luck, opponent. Turn 1 Rabble, turn 2, plus a Bolt land. If this does not kill you fast enough, then this is too quick for Modern. Seagate shocks it in, plays a Talisman here. Alright. I say shock, it was a Bolt in. Rabble Master, go. This hits for a ton, but it doesn't kill you here in turn 2. That would just be broken. We have 2 cards in my opponent's hand. One has to be a land. The other has to be Informer or Spy. Does my opponent kill me here on turn 3, or do we get it too quick with the Rabble Masters? Find out next week. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Do you have what you need, opponent? Did you find an untapped land? Do you have the Spy? Do you have Undercity Informer? The answer is no. Prison getting there. Pyro Prison, though, aggroing out our opponents. Let's keep rolling. 2-0, 2-0. On Fluffy Ball, Zed. Papa Joe is our opponent. They have chosen to play first. Luris of the Dream Den. Alright, I like this. We got a creature matchup across from us. Sitting here with 2 lands and a bridge. I think we can go for this. We'll keep. Go ahead, opponent. If we can get this Chandra out, we can always clear the hand with our bridges in play. What you gonna do? Arid Mesa. Burn. Red-black. I don't know. Looks like burn. Alright. This hand's a bit weaker to a burn matchup. We'll see if we can get it going, though. Chalice of the Void. This hand became exquisite against burn. Chalice down, pass turn. Good luck, opponent. Don't Boros Charm me, please. Attacks me for an additional 2. Help me out with these lands. I'm going to need them. Maze Mind Tome's pretty good against burn. I'll take that. Suspended a Rift Bolt. I'm like, wow, that happened real fast. Pass the turn. Rift Bolt. Coming off suspend here. Hits me for 3. Puts me to 13. Alright, burn opponent. I need 2 lands here pretty quick. Opponent attacks with Goblin Guide here. We'll scry attempting to put a land on top. Scry. Putting land on top. Where's my card? We'll bottom this. We could have drawn with that. Top deck is a land. That could have been a draw. Then we would have a Chandra here a bit quicker. That would have been maybe a little bit smarter. All right, we're looking good though. Play the bridge down, pass the turn. Hit running lands here, get the Chandra, and finish this game out. My opponent's on that 1-lander. That 1-lander, ladies and gentlemen. Maze Mind Tome, scry. We'll put that on top. Putting that on top because the Pyretic Ritual guarantees a next turn Chandra. I can shoot the Goblin Guide. I like doing that because we're about to get this Maze Mind Tome going here. How's this deck doing so far? Is this deck strong enough in Modern nowadays? It's been strong enough for a while now. For a while it's been strong. Chandra, Heart of Fire here. Take a scry here. We're going to bottom a Simian Spirit Guide. Pass the turn. Let's finish this game. Attempts to bolt. Chalice countered. Get countered. It was a very lucky Chalice on the top of the library. Can we just accept that? Very lucky. But generally, Red Prison's been okay. I wouldn't recommend it so much at the moment. But if your meta's like what's going on online right now, yeah, do it. Do it. Okay. Bridges are out because they're not very good in this matchup. Chalice, Valakut out. This is where I would prefer maybe a Braid a bit more. We can cut some Karns here. Chandra, Heart of Fire can be cut. Might just cut all of these. Let's go aggressive. Let's take one. You know what? I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to take one Blood Moon out and bring in all of this just nasty attack them strategy. So we're basically pivoting completely out of Red Prison here, and we're going basically a version of Punisher with a splash of some sort of prison element with the Chalice, because Chalice is fairly good. So we have Bone Crusher for removal, Anger the Gods for removal. Otherwise, Seasoned Pyromancer, Eidolon, and Rabblemaster to play faster, and Maze Mind Tome. My opponent's going to be bringing in things that should destroy artifacts. That is expected. Also, Bridge usually doesn't clear the hand fast enough unless you have Heart. And unlike last game, typically they're able to play a couple creatures down, and then you saw we had a couple Bridges in hand and big creature or big planeswalkers. So why Eidolon on the draw? Because this game's going to be all about who does the most damage. It's it really, to me, playing an Eidolon down makes it very interesting, because then they'll bolt the Eidolon and not me, and that means that I'm taking a little bit less damage. It's not much, but it's just enough that it makes it worthwhile. Dang. All right, I'll keep this. This could be a turn 1, turn 2. Dang, this is really good. All right, so we're going to put a Chalice on 1 probably, and then have a Maze Mind Tome. Opponent immediately fetches Sacred Foundry and plays down a Goblin Guide attacking us. This is also the reason you don't... Oh my gosh, we got another Chalice. Oh my gosh. We'll throw a Chalice down on 1 here. Pass the turn. We got another Chalice on 1. Chalice and a land. My opponent attacks me for 2 here. A Goblin Rabblemaster to follow this up. Okay, they do have a land. I'm like, oh man, they gotta have something here. What do we got here? Eidolon? Core Firewalker. That's really good. It's really good. I have no answers for this. So we are on an 8-turn clock, because I have no answer for this pretty much in my entire deck. Oh, what a bonkers hand into an uh-oh. How often do I see an opponent forget that Chalice is out and try to 1-drop spell? Pretty frequently. Yeah, we took the bridge out because you usually just don't have the bridge in. Alright, let's go ahead and play as aggressive as we can here. Playing the Rabblemaster out here on turn 2. And then when we do this, we'll shift a little bit more back into prison, and we'll see if they want to bring in some removal for the Rabblemaster. I'm going to actually do this to play games with my opponent and see from here if we can convince him to bring like Searing Blaze back in. And we'll bring a little more of our prison elements back when we're on the play. They just have a main deck. Or they just still have them. They still have them! Not to mention this game's totally over if we get Chalice 1/1, Chalice on 2. 4 damage, there's a Desperate Ritual. This is Scoop Town. This is Scoop Town. They just kept the Searing Blazes in. Alright, opponent, we can play that game. Opponent next leveling me? We're gonna fix that right here. We're gonna fix that right here. We're gonna bring 2 Karns back, 2 Bridges back, and a Blood Moon back. We are going to take out our Eidolons. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them. Get them good. Like, Bone Crusher Giant provides a way that damage can't be prevented if they block. So we can try to do that. Moons Against Burns, really good. If you're laughing, you don't understand. You don't understand. I'm gonna cut 1 Season Pyromancer. Run this. Alright, let's see what we can do. Finding a turn 2 Blood Moon may not be a bad thing. I'm not bringing the full package of bridges in. I have 2 Karns here to go get some bridges if we need them. Let's play first. See if we can get that Chalice on 1, Chalice on 2 fast. Man, this hand's so close. Do I try this? The answer is yes, absolutely. Who cares that I can't cast any of my red spells? Gemstone Caverns go. Live by the Chalice, die by the Chalice. We only have 2 cards in the deck that are not red mana at this point. Goblin Guide's going to help us out here. Dang it. Why do I get so many of these? Why so many? Why so many? It's only a mono red deck, no problem. We got this ritual. Calm down, everyone. Tax us for 2 here. Give us a land, a mountain, please. All right, opponent's all, I got you this time. Actually, opponent, we have you. All right, we're gonna have to live with enough here and not die to Rift Bolts. That will be the plan here. 4 damage coming in, 12 we go. Probably, we'll see what we top deck here. It's a Rabble Master. Okay, I need to somehow get this bridge down. Can block this with a Rabble Master, which is probably okay to do here. Fiery Islet played. I'm just going to hard cast a Rift Bolt. Skewers! Skewers! Now I need to hit this Chalice on probably 3. I think we have to anger here and hope for the best. Anger and hope for the best here. Skewer. At least it didn't like multi-skewer me, you know. Draws with Fiery Islet. We're going to take 2. We're going to 7. I need to probably put bridge down next. Land bridge would be good. Land bridge, land bridge, land bridge, bridge land, land bridge. Land, 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 land. Come on. Shoot. All right, we play bridge here because I need to get this down. Pass the turn. I'm going to 5. Not a whole lot I can do here. They're looking for their 3 drops. I'm trying to hold Chalice so that I can so that I can put it on 3. If I top deck a land here, I get to Ritual and Rabblemaster. Countered the Ritual, but get to play Rabblemaster. So I need that. I need a land here. I need running lands. Wooded Foothills. Cracks this. Uh-oh. What you doing over there? Shocks it in. Uh-oh. Puts Luris into hand. Oh, this isn't exactly what I needed. I needed a land. 1, 2, 3 here. Rabblemaster. Can send into 1. It's going to be weird because Luris... I guess I can go ahead and Simeon and get rid of the Desperate Ritual, but now I need running lands. I suppose I need to do that, so they have to have two spells. Beginning of combat. We'll make this all skip here. We get countered, unfortunately. We are going for the full lock here. We need 2 running lands. ASAP here. 2 lands. 2 lands. Rift bolts me. No, he's not a land. What are you doing here, monkey? What are you doing? I'll cast the Simeon Spirit Guide because I can't hold it because they can attack here because it has pro red. We get in for a point. Come on. I need them to whiff. No Rift Bolt, no Skewer. Don't pay mana. What are you doing? Okay. Luris is here. I can't do this. I can't do this to get rid of this jerker. This jerk. Cast a Bone Crusher Giant. Pass turn. Send some things in that get killed and gain life for my opponent. We're going for the full lock. Come on, where's my 2 lands? 2 lands. 2 lands. 2 lands. Don't find it. They're looking for Rift Bolt or Skewer. They're passing back. Land. Or Chandra. Ooh. Chandra or land. Oh. We're but a moment away. We're going to kill Luris here. Why not? You kill Luris because realistically, it doesn't matter. If they've got the Skewer or the Rift Bolt, they win. If they do not, here we go. Here we go. Top of the library, opponent. Did a land come into play? I had my eyes closed. Bolts me. Countered. Goblin Guide. I mean, none of this is working. Did we just get there? Chalice on 3. Get locked. Get locked out, opponent. You're done. Game's ended. Where's my Chalice for Chalice on 4? We will play everything in, taking Chandra all the way up, Emblem, and finish this game as soon as we can. It's going to take a bit. Skullcrack. Countered. Seasoned Pyromancer. Don't care about you. Countered. I should probably yield to the Chalice trigger. There might be a few more of these. Making goblins. Going wide. Watch them have a Chandra. That would be rude. Chalice. Countered. They're just trying to gain a whole bunch of life here. We've beaten someone with like 100 life. This is a non-issue here. Swift Spear. Countered. Oh gosh, they could have Ramunot Ruins. We need the Blood Moon. Damage. There's the Blood Moon. I can't cast it though. Rabblemaster, Chalice. Let's yield to these triggers. Oh my gosh, they could have Ramunot Ruins. It's probably time to start attacking here to do the extra damage. Let's go. We killed their Luris? We did kill their Luris. Boros Charm. Maybe I should have upticked. Maybe I should have. Maybe I got greedy by killing Luris. That's true. That's true. No Chandra, but it could be Ramunot Ruins. My opponent's trying to gain a bajillion life here. It's scaring me. Put this on 0. Actually, I can use that as a spell later. Let's send some goblins in. We can use this as a spell later. Keep going up for damage. We're going to hold this card. Going to hold this, put some Seasoned Pyromancer tokens in. Going to bash my opponent for damage. I don't need to put it on 4. I could put it on 0 at this point. Putting it on 0 would stop a bobble. I'm just hoping they don't actually play the Ruins. I don't think they do. I think my opponent's making me play this all the way out. Seasoned Pyromancer comes back here. Got a land drop here, up with this. I say no to the Simian Spirit Guide. Combat. Attack with everything, including the elementals. F6 through the turn, pass turn. My friend lost in the SCG event to a guy who had a Chalice on 036, and my friend was on Amulet Titan. It can happen. My opponent's still paying for costs here. Attempts a Rift Bolt, countered. They're just using this to gain all the life totals. Smash the Smithereens. Gain some life here. We're going to go up here for damage. We're going to go all crazy combat here, sending all this in. I can't play this Blood Moon, so it's a thing we can't do. I'll play it to get it out of the hand. Cool. Emblem with Chandra, probably have a top deck spell. Get the Chalice, get to use that. This is their last shot here. Top card is a Paying for Cost. They're like, ha, psych. Psych. I was gonna cast something. The answer's no. Emblem away. Maze Mind Tome. You want to know what's going to get the final blow here? It's going to be this Chalice. Just kidding. Go Goblins! Go Goblins! Chalice doesn't deserve it. It didn't put any work in this game. Or this match. Does not deserve the win. Tough love. Tough love. Getting there with the red prism. We've had a Chalice on 1, 2, 4, and 6 before. And my opponent had the Chalice on 3 and 5. It's a very interesting game. Alright, so we have Obosh. Interesting. We have an Obosh here, which typically means prowess or like a burn strategy. I think I'm going to mulligan this hand. This doesn't feel like this beats an Obosh. It's probably a prowess list. We've been seeing that a lot. I've seen a few lists with Obosh playing the pawns and stuff, but it's probably prowess. An aggressive one. Let's mulligan this. It's kind of interesting because this is a tap land. I could put Blood Moon away here. Put this into play tapped and then have a turn 2 Karn. Turn 2 Karn, go get Bridge. Might not be bad. Let's try that. Let's hope they don't have a ton of black mana they need to use. You think it's mono red prowess? It could be. Could be. Forgotten Cave here is kind of interesting. I think I'm going to put this into play tapped still. Make it look like we're Charbelcher or something crazy. Blood Moon's good against the prowess. We'll worry about it. We got Karn down tick. We're going to go get that sweet bridge here. Opponent attacks with Swift Spear here. Follows this up with a Light Up the Stage. Stage is lit. Bone Crusher Giant and a Magus of the Moon. Dang it, Chalice. What are you doing here? You had your fun last game. I mean, this is almost a pretty easy Chalice. Just force the Bone Crusher Giant. Following turn, Desperate Ritual, Karn, down tick. Or even just play Seasoned Pyromancer, making blockers. Work our way up to Karn. This is hard to pass up this Chalice on 1 right here. Bolt is a thing they play, and it's really annoying. They're at most getting through for like a point of damage here. Because they'll want to just play the Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, they do Stomp instead. That's fine here. They play their lands. And lights the stage again. Alright, we have a Magus and a Firebolt. Alright, hits for 3. Pretty decent turn there. We can get rid of that Chalice. It doesn't do anything. 1, 2, 3. Seasoned Pyromancer. Getting rid of Ritual and Chalice here. We're just going up the chain here. Nothing too crazy. The best sideboard card was Extinction Event for all the Obosh decks. I can believe that. Seasoned Pyromancer, ditching some cards here, trying to get that Obosh down. Lava Dart. We dodged it for our first league, thank goodness. Probably do some chump blocking here. Karn is the next thing we're going to do and probably get the bridge. I wonder if they play a main deck way to get rid of bridge. Probably don't. Yeah, counter spells do target. So we have to do stuff like... We have to do this kind of stuff. We're countering, blocking with Seasoned Pyromancer here. Forcing some Lava Dart or something like that. You'll see Chalice trigger and a Prowess trigger there. This is fine as a 2-3. Gonna use Karn, go get bridge, and we clear our hand very easily. We just do it all now. It's a pretty good turn. Karn. Go down, Karn. Go get us a bridge. Gonna stop our opponents. Cool. Bridge in play, Karn in play, Chalice on 1. Seasoned Pyromancer. I guess I tried to find something to put on 3. The Chalice on 3. Stop something at 3 that could blow up bridge, I suppose. Uh-oh. This isn't good. I don't want you. I don't want you, Seasoned Pyromancer. This isn't good. They're going to attack me. Oh well. Seasoned Pyromancer, draw 2 cards. Hope it's a land plus a 2 spell. It's not. That's really bad. Do I want anything here? The answer's probably no. Alright. Take a chill pill for a moment here. We can at least clear the hand fairly easily next turn. I've got some good blockers. I hate this interaction so much sometimes. Maybe I should have gone a Torp Orb. Puts Obosh into hand. 3rd land. Seasoned the Bone Crusher's on a journey. 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I just block like kind of like this, right? Kill stuff like this. Luckily I get to do Chandra, Uptick, Maze Mind Tome. I need like a land off the top. Hit another bridge. Alright. It's not the worst here. I have one more blocker, so we can do the correct scries to find our land and get this bridge out of hand. Alright, we slap down the Ubash. Only thing that can attack is Swift Spear. Attacks Chandra. We will block. I'm really lucky to have the Lava Darts and Fire Bolts covered here. Does this just to not lose Swift Spear. End step, Maze Mind Tome. Karn. I want this Karn so bad. I can't play it though. There we go. We'll take our land here. Land is safe. Up with Chandra here. Very little I would play. New bridge past turn. 2 bridges covering us now. Stomps can do a lot, so I have to kind of either get rid of Obosh or beat them before they see a few more stomps. Let's take a scry here. Bottom. I don't want you, Seasoned Pyromancer. Get out of my life. Bonus bridge here. Up with Chandra. Play new bridge past turn. I guess Obosh is playable still. Take a scry here, looking for maybe a Chandra. Our own Bone Crusher Giant. We can put this on top because it's actually 2 spells here. We're going to Emblem Chandra. Should be good. Emblem Chandra, cast this, get rid of Obosh so they can't stomp me a bunch and maybe something else. And then each spell is going to do some more up top. Blood Moon and Bone Crusher following. That looks good. Okay, so Obosh. Treat this a bit like Burn, but we can actually get rid of Blood Moons this time around. So Blood Moon's out, probably some Anger's in. I wonder if I'm supposed to play Rabble Masters here or not. I think Seasoned Pyromancer really upset me that game. So what's on 1 and on 3 that's going to get rid of my bridge? Shattering Spree? Pillage? Eidolon better than Pyro? We're going to put Rabble Masters in first. So Rabble Masters in for Moon, and Anger's in for Pyro. I don't think I want Eidolons in. Don't like this Valakut, but I think we're okay with trying to do it this way and beating him like this. Because Prowess wants to flood a lot of spells. True, but in a Prowess matchup, you can actually hide a bit better under Bridge. They don't play Goblin Guide, which is one of the main reasons you don't play Bridge against Burn. We'll keep this hand. It'll be a little hard to empty, but I think we can get there. Soulscar Mage. It's not going to be too hard to empty now. What am I doing? Karn uptick? probably trying to get the bridge first. In for 2. Let's go ahead and put bridge down past turn. Holding a Simian Spirit Guide here is kind of fun Because if they do a few weird prowesses and puts them up to 5, I can actually Simian Spirit Guide. They should do that all in the attack step, but some people do it right now. Like Lava Dart, Manamorphoses, crazy stuff like that. Now we're not totally out of this, because these are 1Xs at the start. So we'll see if that becomes a problem. Here's the light up the stage. Here's a perfect example where they might get too far up the chain. They're not careful. Forgotten Cave here. Attacks for, looks like 6. Okay. Anger? No anger. Play a Karn here and just pass the turn, upticking. We're in a lot of trouble, though. We've drawn a lot of lands. A lot of lands here. Plays new Swift Spear. Firebolts and Lava Darts me. I think they've got us killed here. Nice solid turn 4. Needed that anger. Didn't find it. It's okay, though. Here's a good example where Chalice on 1 would have completely messed up our opponent. We did flood a little bit there. We did keep a little bit of a not so aggressive hand there, thinking, oh, I'll get the bridge out quick enough. A lot of lands. A lot of lands. Submit. I do not have a Witchbane orb in the sideboard. I don't particularly like playing Witchbane Orb. I think it's a weak card. I think you should just play red-white if you want to be playing that. Alright, let's play first. Better hand. What? Karn? Dude, I know that your game last game was terrible, but you can't do this to me. This is an easy mulligan. Too many Karns. Alright, we can keep this. I can get rid of Maze Mind Tome. We have a nice solid Chalice on 1 here. We have a way to get rid of a creature. We have a Maze Mind Tome to help us find what we need. Let's do it. Swift Spear here. Could kill it. I think I'm going to go ahead and throw a Chalice down first, though, to avoid another creature showing up. We can always slap down the Bone Crusher Giant as a big fat blocker. Festo, thank you for the follow. Alright, I'm going to do Maze Mind Tome here to set myself up for some cool turns in the future. My opponent missed a land drop too. I don't want them to do something that prowesses this out. There's a Ratchet Bomb. That's pretty good. Ratchet Bomb gets rid of Chalice. Take my natural draw here. See what's coming up in the future. I'll put this on top. So we're going to kill Swift Spear here. I ritual out so that I can play the Bone Crusher as well. My opponent will be playing this Ratchet Bomb and doing that. I've kept the Karn on top because the Karn can actually find me my bridge. Now it won't prevent all the burn that could happen, but it could play a nice role here. We bolt and Swift Spear's coming in for 2 points here. Totally fine with that. Let's take a look at the next card. It's a land. I actually don't mind that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Karn. We'll down tick Karn to go get our bridge. Okay. They'll probably want to kill Karn here. We're taking that land off the top. It's kind of nice to see there. I'd love another Chalice if possible. I know the wheels in my opponent's head are turning here, trying to decide, how do I deal with this Karn and do I need to deal with it? The answer is yes. They Shattering Spree the Tome here. That's interesting, they Shattering Spree the Tome knowing that a bridge is coming. Firebolts and does 3 to Karn. Play bridge, play this down, pass turn. They must have another Shattering Spree. It's nice to see this card getting attention again. It's nice. So we have a bonus Shattering Spree here? You must. You use that one. There was no reason not to. There you go. Second Shattering Spree. So we're looking for a top deck bridge or a top deck, maybe Anger. Stage is lit. Couple mountains here for our opponent. Top deck is a land. I'm going to hold the land and pass turn. All right. So my opponent gets another land. They're at 4 here. Attacks for 1. Stomps me. I'm not going to fire this off. Lightning bolts me, and I think I'm dead. I'm at 5. And lava darts. So our Chalice gets killed. Ratchet Bomb and 2 Shattering Sprees. They had the Chalice covered. Prowess takes us down here. Match 4. Pretty good. Pretty good. Nice combatant. Our game 2, we probably could have mulliganed a little bit more aggressively there to have a better chance. We were a little lax there. Next card was a bridge. We were close. We were close. 3-1. Let's go to match 5. They have it all. Best card against us, hands down, is Shattering Spree. If that shows up in your meta with a bunch of prowess decks, you're donezo. Gets through Chalice, kills bridges, kills everything. You'll be in trouble. All right, Wilson's our final opponent here. Match 5, playing Red Prison here in Modern. Let's see if we can snag a 4-1 here. We'll keep this hand. It's decent. It is decent. We'll pass here. Mystic Sanctuary. This looks like it might be a control matchup. Finding ourselves with another Simian Spirit Guide. I'm going to go ahead and try to play the Blood Moon here. And get remanded. We'll just pass back. Now that we've played that, they'll know they need to fetch basics. Love a land here. We do hit that land, so we'll try again. Scalding Turn. I'd love to see a Logic Knot for 1, but Logic Knot's not being played in the meta right now. Steam Vents. Hardcast Force. Pass turn. Colonnade. Has no follow-up here. We'll attempt Blood Moon again. Blood Moon sticks. Woo! Here we go. All right. We got through what we needed to. We're going to try to stick a Chandra here. We do. I'm going to put a Chalice on 1 here on the off chance they're playing Bolt. There's Bolt number 1. There's Bolt number 2. They were playing Bolt. Island for our opponent. I'm going to just put down a Bone Crusher Giant here. Presenting a threat here feels like the smartest thing to be doing. Attack, attack, attack. That will be the plan here. Attack for 4. Just slap down another Bone Crusher. Attack, attack, attack. I hope the opponent is mono red too with all this mountain. Look at these pretty mountains. All kinds of mountain by the... Look, it's a mountain by the sea. It's a mountain underground. Cast a Shark Typhoon here. Well, we're going to hit him for a solid 8. Play a Seasoned Pyromancer. Hope they can't bounce the Blood Moon. We'll stomp. You know what? Let's wait until it's their turn. Then we can stomp, maybe. Pause. Force of Negation is a card. I've got a lot of creatures. What do you have, opponent? Nice. All right. This looks good. We have the Eidolons. We have the Rabble Masters. This is what we have them for. We can bring out the Valakut Awakening, the bridges. Honestly, the Heart of Fire is not very good here. We can cut a couple Karns as well. Aggro, aggro, aggro. My opponent does have Bolt. Let's keep that in mind. But all the creatures down as fast as we can. Let's clear the game, win it. Full aggression. Let's go. Flood Moon. Quicksilver Amulet. No, Quicksilver Fountain. That's what you're looking for. Look for a Quicksilver Fountain. We're going to mulligan this because we have 1 land, 2 4-drops, and I need to have an aggressive hand. I want an aggressive hand. The Blood Moon's nice, but my opponent's going to be playing around that. Let's mulligan. Looking for aggressive hands. I said aggressive, not 6 lands and a Maze Mind Tome. Aggressive. There we go. Alright. How far did I mulligan down? I've mulliganed to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn 1 Rabble Master. Just get bolted. It's okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're all in. All in on the Rabble plan. They're going to go get that basic anyway. Scalding Tarn. No fear. I should probably play the Chalice down, shouldn't I? I should probably do it. I should do it. I should do it. Don't you bolt me. Triome. Woo! Might I keep Gemstone over Ritual? Because I'll have to get rid of another card. And can't turn 1 Rabble Master. Do we think they have Snapcaster? I don't care. In we go. I don't care, opponent. I'm not here to hang back. Turn 1 Rabble Master into the Bolt deck. I step away for 1 minute and you have no hand? Who needs a hand? There's the Bolt. There's the Bolt my opponent had. Got 2 goblins. Let's do it. Sharks so scary, by the way. Am I crazy to say Skyclave Apparition will eventually be 18 to 20 tickets rare? Maybe a little bit. 4 mana Jace. Jace can bounce these guys. Doesn't. Why wouldn't you bounce something? By the way, we're doing really good with our 1 lander. It is a 5-turn clock. I'm going to ignore Jace here. Maybe they'll ignore me. They brainstorm. That's ignoring them. He did Fate Seal. It's crazy. It's crazy lunatic. In for some more damage. Here we go. Woo! Spell Queller. Nice. Nice. Hey, thank you for the follow. Trying to get Tome down here because this will help counteract the Fate Sealing my opponent can do. I have a feeling they have a counter. We haven't done anything except for turn 1. Mana leaks me. Okay, so I have 6 points of life to get through somehow. My opponent's doing the Brainstorm thing instead of Fate Sealing me. Hmm. 3 mana, Sword of Feast and Famine. Hooks it up, 4/5, gonna make me discard. Fetching with the Flooded Strand, goes against another Triome. Gonna attack and untap. What if I hit 2 Ramming Out Ruins really fast here? Could happen. Could happen. They're at 5. Steam Vents. Tapped. Attacks. Hits for 4. I'm at 16. We discard Chalice. They untap. Oh, they're playing more. Off to bed. Bed by land. Thanks for the entertainment. No problem. Take care. Glad you could stop by. Pleasure to have you here. Stoneforge Mystic. I'm gonna die. Batter Skull. Alright, I can't beat a Batter Skull here. There's that Ramming Out Ruins I was joking about. Batter Skull comes down, they hook it up. There's not really anything I can do. We need to not mull to 4. We need Rabble Master something else. That's what we need. Maybe Eidolon. Alright. Could Torp Orb. Torp Orb over a Karn. And Spyglass over a Karn. Just go like super all in on this. Yeah, let's do it. It's the final one of the night. The final league of this. Let's do it. Their hand was well positioned versus aggro. Rabble Master plus something. Got it. Exactly. They're going to have those bolts this time. That's okay. Let's play first. A hand that does nothing here. Need more aggression than this. We just sit here, we Bone Crusher Giants, like, whatever. No. I have to just get rid of a Desperate Ritual here. I'm going to play Blood Moon because my opponent appeared to be F6 there. I know that they can get the bolt and all that, but being that my opponent looked to be F6'd, I like getting this down so that they don't have blue mana. Alright. Rabble Master, do you have a bolt? The answer is no. Here we go. 3 more turns. Will you find a bolt? In go the Rabbles. We get to play a second Blood Moon here, which is really nice in case they get a Purge. Gonna slap that down. Or try to. Do you have a Force? Might as well use it if you have a Force. They have the Force. Gets rid of the Remand. Opponents found blue. They've found blue. Do we think they have Snapcaster? Aether Gust. I'm going to put this on top. We'll attack with some goblins. We're putting it on top because I'd love to just get it back down and continue to attack. They play a Flooded Strand here. I replay the Rabble Master. If they have a Remand, that's fine. They don't. Attack with goblins. Pass turn. Down to 8. Attack with goblins like it's their joblins. Hey. 4-1 Red Prison here in Modern. There we have it. Doing what it needs to. We played a Valakut Awakening because someone asked us. It did nothing except be a land one time, which was kind of interesting. So we're actually kind of playing 22 lands. This is the version of Red Prison that I would play. You have the Karn package, you've got the bridge, Torp Orb, Spyglass, and Liquid Metal Coating. Maybe play a Walking Ballista in case you run into the pro-red creatures. Generally speaking, though, you saw how powerful Chalice is, you saw how powerful Blood Moon is, and then you saw how powerful an aggressive package is as well. Pyro Prison. It's got it all. That's what you want. Red Prison. Yep, yep, yep.